don't buy American Silver Eagles. I'll go further. I just sold my American Silver Eagle. Now that's not just because I'm angry with America. That's because I had to sell an American Silver Eagle. I sold it along with a load of British Britannias. Recently I came into a load of money. It was a windfall, and I managed to buy two 1 ounce silver coins because I wanted to make sure that windfall wasn't sitting in my bank account. I wanted to make sure that I'd got into gold. Now, it is at a high, and possibly gold has slightly gone down since I made those two purchases, but it left me with a little bit of extra money because I didn't have enough to buy that third coin. Now, I was in a bit of a dilemma. Should I hold on to the cash, or should I and keep saving to reach that third gold coin, or should I sell the extra silver that I was sitting on? I had 16 silver coins, which is 14 1 ounce silver Britannias of various ages, various dates, 2015 to 2025. I liked them because it had a range of the different types of Britannias, Queen Elizabeth II's and King Charles III's, the most modern ones obviously with the security features, some with not those security features. So they were interesting, I liked them. But I also had two non-British coins, the Canadian Maple, not the most recent, and they're not the recent American Silver Eagles, really just for specimen coins. Now I like the Maple, and that's why by buying that I realized, wow, the premiums are lower, and therefore the spreads are lower than even the Britannias. So if I was to keep buying silver, I would only buy Britannias from now on, Maples from now on, because the spread is even lower than the Britannias. Britannias I like because the design was great and the premiums were low, and therefore the spread was low. American Silver Eagles, nice. They're a classic dollar coin. They are the dollar silver coin, the silver dollar coin. The premiums are ridiculous. It means that you cannot get out of the buy without losing money unless the spot value goes up by a large amount. You can see why so many American stackers were stuck with their silver for so long, because the price of the metal didn't go up, for some cases, for a few years to get themselves over the premiums. So anyway, so the point is, I ended up selling about 12 coins, silver coins, to make the difference up between the cash that I had and to get my third 1 ounce gold coin. And I ended up buying a 1 ounce South African Krugerrand, which is interesting because I think it's not even 22 karat gold rather than the 24. I'm not sure, it might be 22, but it's got some copper in it, but it's still 1 ounce of gold, and the premium was lower than even the 1 ounce Maple, which was less than the Britannia. Now I like low premium precious metals because it means that when you need to sell, when you're ready to sell, then you've not lost the premiums to the bullion dealer. You've got more of your money in the precious metal. Now anyway, I opened this up with do not buy American Silver Eagles, and that still remains the case, because what I noticed when I sold my British Britannias, they just paid me whatever the ages were, as if I'd purchased them all as various dates. There was no a little bit more for the different dates, as in when you buy them you pay a little bit more on the premium. They just calculate it across the range. Now when I sold the American Silver Eagle, I got a little bit more for it, but it no way made up for the premium. And when I looked up the buyback price on the Canadian Maple, which I kept because I wanted to keep one sample of that, and I kept a couple of British Britannias, because I didn't need to sell them all to get the difference for the gold price, then I think I got 1 cent more I would have if I sold the maple. So really, it comes down to, again, don't spend more on premium when you're buying silver. Just buy the cheapest. Now, obviously, you buy a real coin. You don't buy muck. You don't buy junk or anything like that. You just buy maples, Britannias, and keep it at that. That's all you should buy if all you're interested in saving. If you're into collecting, well, you're a muppet. Don't get into collecting. You're into saving. So Britannias and maples. So now I've got 3 gold coins. I've got a maple, a Britannia, and a South African Krugerrand. Oh, I also got, previously, I got a 1/4 ounce British Beast, Royal Beast. This is a dragon. And the premiums on that were more than on a silver Britannia coin, but at least it got me into gold. This is when I'd realised, right, I've got enough silver, 16, 18 coins. Don't keep buying silver. Make the effort. I managed to get to the $800,000 or whatever it was to get into the gold, and I got into it. But then I had this windfall from a 15-year-old savings account back in the UK. I now live in Singapore. I'm retired. And it matured and came through, which was, as I say, a surprise and a bit of a windfall. Some little thing that I'd forgotten about. Anyway, back to do not buy American Silver Eagles. The principle is there. It's something I learned when I recently got into stacking precious metals. You've got to keep aware of the premiums because it affects the spread that when you're trying to get out. If you're buying precious metal coins, you're doing it for financial reasons, really to get your cash out of your wallet, out of your cookie jar, out of the envelope, out of temptation to spend it. You've got to keep some cash because your mobile phone or your computer might go down. You might need to buy something. There's always something that might happen, and at some point you're going to want to treat yourself and the wife to a vacation or something. So you need to be able to get out, listening to these stackers going on about, I hate fiat, I hate currency. Well, you can only trade with currency. That's the reason why we have a currency that can be reflated, and we can add more currency to the market, so we have liquidity. You need liquidity. You've got to be able to buy and trade. You've got to go down to the supermarket to buy your eggs. Unless you're an American, you don't have eggs anymore. Then you need cash, so you've got to be able to get back into cash, and you don't want to be wasting it on the bullion dealers' premiums. So go for low premiums. So I'm saying never buy American Silver Eagles. But in the world today, don't buy American. If you are an American, unfortunately, that's your problem. It's your fight. It's your problem. Right? It's a white man's war. Quite frankly, you started it. It's your fight. Get over it. You fight it out amongst yourselves. But if you are an American, I would even suggest stop paying for American monopoly stuff. You are overpriced everything. So if you've got a subscription thing to Amazon or to Google, right, use the free versions of stuff. Stop helping out the oligarchs. Right? Anybody in the world, if you're using Microsoft Word, or if you're using Google Drive, or if you're using this technology that we're on now, use the free versions and get away from it. Do not click on ads. Skip ads where you can. Stop helping out the oligarchs. Stop financing warmongering war criminals. That's got to be the rule from now on. Working class people have got to stick together, whatever your politics, liberal or conservative. Stop financing the people humiliating our war heroes. Support for Ukraine. Support for the rule-based order. No to bullies. No to Putin, and no to the puppets that Putin is obviously putting his money, laundering money into his property management and his hotels. Stop the war in Ukraine. Stop the money laundering bullies that are behind Trump. All right, keep it antiseptic. Stick together. Keep the faith. Don't pay for American oligarch services. Skip the ads.